Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Still in self-isolation. I think we're on Friday the 20-something of March. Haven't really gone out much. I've just been working from home. Lucky enough I've been able to do that. So I thought this evening I would take a picture and see how we can edit it and put it over to Instagram. Over the last few days, to keep my wife busy, she's been building the Simpsons House Lego set that my brother lent us about a month or so ago. It's only taken her a couple of days to build. Even though we've got a 6-month-old baby, she's found the time and built it. So what we're going to do is, I've not really looked around it too much. Just have a very quick look over, see what kind of pictures we can take. I'm only going to take one picture. It's going to be quite a basic one. I've got a couple of different lights that I'm going to try and see how I can use. Got a LED panel light. Bloody hell, it's bright. This was just, I think it's like 15-20 quid off of eBay. So yeah, it's quite a bright light, colour controlled, and so that, I think that might be a bit too big for what we want. And we've also got, sorry, this one's on charge, my little cube light as well. This is like a Loom Cube clone. It's okay. My only thing is you can't adjust the colour. It's very bright. There's only 2 real settings, and the battery doesn't last too long, to be honest. It does have red and blue. Not that I've used them much. Today I think this might be the one that I use. So I've got an idea of a picture I want, but I'll have to use either the diffuser, screws on the front, or the little, I don't know why I have a bloody flash setting, you never use that, or the cone, which kind of angles the light. So what we're going to do now, I'll take you off the tripod, we'll have a look over the house, just have a quick look over it. I've not seen it before, I've seen it in pictures. I think it looks amazing from the outside. It's so good. The details in the windows, you can instantly recognise what this house is as soon as you see it. So what I'll do is I will have a quick look over it, put you in handheld mode, have a quick idea, and I've got a thought of a picture I want to do, and we'll see how that goes. Today I'm just going to use my Nikon D7500. I've got a couple of lenses that I'm thinking of using. At the moment I've got on there the 18-200 Nikon lens, which I think might be a bit too big for what I need. I have got a macro ring set as well, just in case we need to get right in there. But okay, in the meantime, let's look at the house. Okay, right, so here's the outside of the house, got the front of the house, garage. There's not too much detail on the back of it, so I can't imagine we're going to do too much out there. Got the back door, a couple of windows, stuff like that. Okay, so there it is. So what we're going to do is start taking it apart and have a look on the insides as well. Okay, so all the roofs come off. There's like 5 different sections, even the garage comes off as well. Okay, right, so inside we've got Homer's car, then we've got Lisa's room, shower and bathroom, Homer and Margie's room with Maggie's cot in the background there. Spin it round. Bart's room, then the hallway upstairs. Okay, so once we, let's actually open it from this side. So we open up the house, you can see into the bedrooms a bit more, down into the kitchen, into the living room, and you can actually take this section off here as well to get into the famous Simpsons couch. So all in all, the detail is amazing. Some of the little things, like the piano in here, is great. The kitchen is perfect. Stairs, well, I think the stairs from memory are on the wrong side. I seem to remember Homer walking on the other side. Okay, right, so the picture I'm thinking of today is Homer just sat on the sofa watching TV, but that's where that little light comes in. I want that light to be kind of projected onto Homer's face through this way to make it look like he's watching the TV. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick setup now, and then show you what I've got. Okay, right, so I've set up a very basic picture of Homer on the sofa down there. I'll zoom in so you can see it. Just with Marge in front of him. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to simulate the light from the TV. So what I've done is set up my little cube light with the cone on the end, which was way too bright. So I've just wedged the diffuser in front of it to kind of give a glow of light for the TV. So here's the framing that I'm looking at on my camera. It's a little bit annoying that you can't see all of Marge's hair. I'm probably going to work out a different way. I might get the camera lower and have it looking kind of up, because I want to be able to see all of her hair rather than just a cut off, because I'm not kind of keen on that. Right, let me have a look at that and see what I can work out. Okay, right, so out of all of these different kinds of lenses, I've just tried 18 to 200, 55 to 200, 50mm, 1.8. Didn't like any of them. So what I've done is I've moved the actual set closer to the edge of the table, leaving my light in place, and then I've just stuck a kit lens, 18 to 55, normal kit lens on the camera. So I'm actually quite happy with how that's framed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it down a little bit because I don't want it too bright. So if we aim for that, I want to be focused on Homer's face. 2 seconds timer. Okay, right, so let's have a quick look. There we go, zoom in. It's quite a nice bit of detail on Homer there. Got a nice shadow behind him. Marge is just out of focus, but you can still see who it is. So yeah, it looks alright. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take this photo off of the camera and then I'll put it into Lightroom. Luckily enough with this I don't have to do too much to it, unlike I have been with the others, so it shouldn't take too long. Okay, right, so put the image into Lightroom now. I only took one image because it's quite a simple basic set, and I was only really kind of testing out to see what I can get away with on how I can place the figures in the actual home. Okay, so here you see Homer sat down watching the TV, Marge off to the side with the vacuum cleaner. So what I'm going to do is there's quite a lot of dead space just up here, so I'm going to crop it down. Let's have a look, see what a 4x3 will do for me. Okay, we'll keep Homer there. Okay, so as soon as you start getting rid of the lines above and below, it looks like a totally different photo. I like the shadow behind Homer. I think it's a little bit too bright for what I want. So if we start knocking back the highlights and the exposure ever so slightly. What I want is, I want it to actually look like the only light source in that room is from that TV. Let's start bringing stuff down. I like to take a little bit of clarity out. Okay. There we go. Start bringing the blacks down a little bit. So I don't want it to be too harsh, but clarity adds just a little bit. So if we go all over, you can see the harshness of it, which I don't mind actually in this picture. Let's leave that there. Okay, too much texture is rubbish. There's nothing hazy at all. I think our white balance is about right, because TVs naturally give off like a blue glow anyway, so I don't want it to be too warm. but let's up it a little bit from where we took our picture. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. I like the colours of the brightness and everything. I'm going to up the shadows ever so slightly though, because otherwise you can't see the detail of the side of the TV and stuff, and I actually think you get like a little bit of light bleed in there as well. So yeah, we can see ISO 100, 48mm, f5.6 at 1.3 seconds. I'm going to start quickly scanning through some of the presets that I have on here. I don't always add them, but sometimes when you just scan over, you just see one that actually looks quite good. So I quite like the matte one in the normal standard colour presets. Let's have a quick look. I like turquoise and red, but I'm not sure what it does to Homer's skin colour. Okay, so none of those. I'm going to keep away from the black and white because it will take away from the colour of the characters. So that warm coal one adds way too much colour in all of the shadows, which I don't want. To be honest, I'm happy with what we've got. Okay, right, so now I'm just going to add a lens correction on. So I forgot to do that at the beginning. I don't know why it doesn't do that automatically when you put your pictures straight into Lightroom. It's quite a nice little bit of detail on Homer. He's in focus, which I wanted. Nice little dirt mark on his top there, which we can get rid of. There we go. Okay, so all in all, it's quite a nice picture. So let's just quickly export it. Okay, right, so now that's exported, we're going to send it over to our Instagram page, htm_toy_photos, where we keep all of our toy photo stuff. Some of the toy photos do go over to the main Instagram page, but not all of them. Only the ones I'm probably most proud of. So this is just a normal average kind of shot, so I'm not going to send that over there today. Let's say as we're kind of on a bit of an isolation, social kind of thing at the moment, what we're going to do is do some more videos over the weekend of the Simpsons house. I've got quite a few ideas. I've got a picture that I want to do over the weekend that's a little bit more involved, that involves a backdrop. But once I've got a bit more time and space to set that up, I'll do that. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. Another isolation video. Cheers.